So now that we have learned the names of the square and how to find them, we'll learn to remember this basic notation things. So these are the name of the pieces. The king, it is denoted by K in algebraic chess notation. The queen is Q. The bishop is B. The knight is N. Lot of times people get confused between the king and the knight. They all, both start with K, but the king is denoted with K. Knight, with the word K being silent in the knight, it is denoted by the N, so capital N, and the rook for R. Okay. For pawn, we do not write P. So the movements of the pawn are simply noted by the name of the square. So let us say a pawn is going to E4, we simply write E4. Okay, that's all. So, and we'll also learn these other symbols. A check is a plus sign. Okay, so after this, I will show you a sample game in which we'll see how you actually can read or write a game of chess. Okay, so a check is plus, a capture is cross, you can use the X sign. A checkmate is hash or double plus. Either of these notations can be used to show a checkmate. Okay. A short castle is 0-0. Okay. And a long castle is 3 zeros with dashes. Okay. So these are the things to remember, the acronyms of the names of the pieces, and then the small signs which are used to denote different moves. Okay, so whenever you have any doubt, you can come back to this screen and look at this again. Okay, so now we clear this and we'll make the actual moves and see how a real game is annotated. Okay, and so let us say I start with this move. You'll see the annotation appearing here. This is E4. And since it is a pawn move, we'll write only E4, which is the name of the square where the pawn is going, right? Only when a piece is moving, we'll write the name of the piece first, and then we'll write the square where it is going. Okay. So in this sample game, we'll look at mostly all the possible things that can happen in a game of chess, from castling, long castling, captures, en passant, and maybe checkmate. Okay, so let us say black plays this. What did it be called? E5, because only the pawn is moving to the square E and 5. Okay, so one very important thing about the algebraic chess notation is that all counting is done from the white side. Okay, even black moves are counted from the white side. So if you see A, B, C, D, F, G, H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then let us say we take this knight out. So what is the name of the knight? N, right? We learned knight is denoted by N. N, where it is going? To F line 3 number, N, F3. So this is a figurine notation. Here you see the figures appearing, but when you see in a real maybe game noted down, you will probably see N thing. Okay. And now we'll play the black move. So knight comes to C6, N, C6. Okay, knight comes to C6, E line 6 number. This is how we write it. And let us keep going, make some moves. The pawn goes to D4. So only D4. D4. And then now a very important thing to capture. Now let us say this pawn is going to capture this pawn. So how will we write? E into D4. The pawn on E line is capturing the pawn on D line. So let us see how it comes. E into D4. What is E? The pawn which is capturing was standing on the E line. Cross is the sign of a capture, and then D4. Okay. So important to remember and understand this notation when pawn is capturing a pawn or anything else. Okay, we don't need to capture what we are capturing, what piece we have captured. It is irrelevant. We need to tell the name of the square where the piece is going. So here the knight goes ahead and captures this pawn. So knight into d4 and into d4. Knight captures d4. Okay. Now let us say black gives a check here. Okay. You know it is a check, right? It is a check. So we see the plus sign appearing. Okay. Plus means a check. So the bishop gave a check. Plus sign comes, and now we see how the check is notated in a real game. So let us say white goes ahead and plays c3 and blocks the check, right? We block the check. Maybe black goes here, bishop to a5. Very simple. Name of the piece, name of the square. When you will write it on a sheet of paper, you have to write capital B. Name of the piece is always capital. R capital, Q capital. Name of the square small. So A5 is the name of the square, that is small. Name of the bishop will come capital. Bishop, capital B. Okay, so let us see. I play bishop d3. Okay, you see how it is happening. Each move is denoted by one white move and one black move. So one white, one black, move number one. Then second, white move and black move. Then third, white move and black move. So when we say one move in chess, it means one white move and one black move. Okay, so bishop d3, knight comes to f6, and now we can do short castle, right? So king goes here. We have to pick the king up and move it 2 squares up. The rook will jump over, and it is castling. It is denoted by 0-0, as we learned when we learned about the symbols. Let us say black plays d6, only a pawn movement. So name of the square. I take out one more piece. It's called developing. When we bring out pieces from the initial position, it is known as developing the pieces, making them ready to fight. So knight d2. Let us say black plays bishop e6. Okay, I play knight c4, queen d7. Okay, and let us say bishop e3. Just for learning sake, I made way for black to long castle so that we can see how that notation will appear. Here the king will go 2 steps here, and it is long castle, and 0-0-0, 3 zeros, right? You see how it is different from this 0? This is short castle, see, short castle, 2 zeros, and this is long castle, 3 zeros, right? So let us continue the game. Let us say I play this. Okay, it's just a sample game just to understand the notation. And can you try to figure out what will this notation be called? For example, a pawn is capturing. Okay, so for pawn, we don't write P. We need to tell which line the pawn is standing in. So it is standing in the B line. From the square B7, it is capturing C6. So it will come as B into C6. Okay, we'll make the capture and see. See, B into C6. The pawn on B line captured whatever it was there on the C6 square. Okay, so now let us say go ahead and capture this. Okay, knight into A5. Knight is capturing, so we see the cross sign. Let us say black plays something. Knight G4. See how it is happening? Each move has 2 moves, white and black. White comes first, black comes second. Knight G4. Let us say I maybe play this check, let us say. Bishop A6 check, right? So again, we see the plus sign. The king is under attack. The bishop is giving a check. King has to move away. Okay. And let us say, for example, I move the queen here. Queen A4. Queen gets to A4, A line, and 4 number. A4, queen A4. By now, I think we are comfortable with the name of the squares. Queen A4, let us say black captures this. And I can do a checkmate here. So queen b4 check. Queen is attacking the king, check, right? The king has only one place to go, and the queen can go to b7 and give a checkmate. Hash. We did a checkmate, that's why we see the hash sign appearing. When you write in your book or wherever, you can also use the double plus sign. Okay, so you can go through this game again, and if you have any doubts to understand the movements and how they are written down in algebraic chess notation, it is very simple. When pawns are moving, we need to simply tell the name of the squares. When pieces are moving, we still need to do the same, but initially we have to add the name of the piece. So if the knight is moving, we'll put capital N. If the queen is moving, we'll put Q. Rook, we'll put R. For bishop, we'll put B. And for the knight, N. Okay, so I hope this makes the notation part clear for us, and I encourage you to write a few games on your own. Okay, and I'm sure writing a few games, you'll be very comfortable with this algebraic chess notation, and you will be able to write down your own games when you play with your friends in competition, and you will be able to read the chess notation from books whenever they are available. Okay, so with this, we'll conclude this chapter. I'll see you in the next one.